macOS Mojave was the last Mac version that could run 32-bit and 64-bit, and the problem is, although many Windows games are available for Mac, some developers have not converted their 32-bit apps into 64. And so you install the Mac version of Steam and see all of your games, and yes, there are Mac compatible Mac versions available, but you see a warning. It's no longer possible to use them on your macOS Big Sur, Monterey, Ventura, Sonoma. And that's very frustrating, because the only official way is to boot a Windows, install Steam in Windows, and yeah, well, and if you are a Mac user, you want, of course, not to be forced to use Windows. So, Apple is aware of this problem and has created a game porting kit, as they call it, and they use this for the developers to port Windows games back into Mac games. Now, this is for developers, and the average user will have no idea of this. But what Apple is really using is something you can make use of, and because this is the Wine technology. Now let me just very shortly explain. Wine is a project from Linux, and the Linux users wanted to run Windows titles on Linux, and have created this fantastic piece of software which is called Wine. Now, Wine is not an emulator. This is the what's behind the abbreviation. Wine is not an emulator and is not a virtual Windows. It's not VirtualBox or Parallels Desktop or VMware, whatever technology exists to have a real complete Windows running inside a virtual machine. This is not. This is a compatibility layer which links Windows system calls to Linux or macOS system calls, and translates, for example, DirectX use in Windows games will use Mac's so-called Metal technology, or on Linux OpenGL technology, and all it does is to pretend to a Windows exe file, yes, this is a Windows, although it's not, and makes it possible to execute a Windows application without having Windows installed. The Wine, it's a wine glass, and they use the terms every instance for every app that you simulate to run on Windows, on Linux or Mac. Every app is running inside a wine bottle. A wine bottle. They make use of this symbology: wine glasses and wine bottles. So this is the Wine technology, and Wine technology is available for macOS. To install it, there are some ways you can download binaries. You can download this app, but you will get versions that are not the latest version, and you need the latest version to make use of technology like metal conversion, and so in short, if you want to run your games and have the latest technology, you need to make sure to get a WineSkin winery app. This is the term on macOS, and you want the latest version. The latest engine. They call it a wine engine on macOS, and I have used Homebrew for macOS to get this latest version. I will show you how to get this. And Homebrew to get WineSkin winery app and the latest version of Wine, which makes it possible to execute stuff like Steam games and metal accelerated games, make use of Microsoft's DirectX technology on your 64-bit Mac. It's a package manager like you find it on Linux distributions, and all you need to do is copy this command, which is given here. Here is a copy icon, it's copied. You open Launchpad, Utilities, Terminal, and paste the command in. And I have already installed it. You have to type in your administrator password. And then it tells you it will install the brew system. So they call it to brew your own. It's a mix of Apple and open source Linux utilities, and can really enhance your Mac's ability. You can have all the Linux command line tools, for example. So return or enter, and it will download and install everything needed. And if you have it already, it will update the whole system with the latest, and we have this. So this is how you get Homebrew into your Mac. And for instance, there's a tool from Linux which I like, the Midnight Commander. It's not present on macOS. With Brew I can install it with a simple command: brew install mc. And it's downloading the Midnight Commander. This is just an example. And as Wine is also like Midnight Commander, open source, you have to compare this with how you get software in your Linux distributions. For example, using Debian or Ubuntu, using the apt install. This is almost the same, and the command is brew install application name. It's a package manager like Linux on your macOS. As macOS is Unix, behind the macOS GUI runs a full-fledged Unix, and so Linux and Unix are like brothers. What works in Linux will work also in macOS. It places everything in its folders. The folder structure is also like in Linux, USR local and so on, USR bin has been, all these directories are exactly like they are in Linux, and this is just how you get software installed. This is an example what you can do with Homebrew. Get Linux software running on your macOS, get software inside which Apple does not ship, or software which you won't find on the App Store, and you get also the latest versions. From the Homebrew repository. So it has installed Midnight Commander, launching with MC. As you can see, here is the Midnight Commander running on my Mac, and the same thing you do to get wine, or here we need WineSkin Winery. Brew to get WineSkin Winery app and start it. You must install the latest engine, the latest wine engine available. Click on the plus. It will list all wine versions available, and use the latest, which is VS12 Wine CX 64 bits. This one is the one that is able to translate max graphic power to Windows games. This one, download and install. I have already installed engine. The wrapper version. But this is more important. Launch WineSkin Winery, install your engine, and create a new blank wrapper. You will do this for every Windows application. This is what makes it into a Mac app. It wraps the Windows files into a icon that you only click the icon afterwards. Create a new blank wrapper. Name it whatever you want. You will name it Steam, for example. I have already done this, so name it something. Create the wrapper, press OK. Wait until the beach ball. Steam Online, store steampowered.com, but don't click this because it will download the Mac version exe. And this is what we will choose. Downloads Steam Setup exe. Now, because macOS does not know what a exe is, but the whole trick is done by Wine. Wine will install, this is the Windows version. C program files Steam, and this will land here inside your Steam Windows.app. And it's updating itself. This is exactly like it would be on a real Windows machine, and copies all the files into the simulated C drive within the Steam Windows app. the app will get very large, of course, depending what it all downloads. It will store its content all inside the Steam Windows app. So here is the Steam app. Now let's close this. Wine is busy. You must wait until Wine does all its background tricks. Program's executable file is set inside WineSkin. They call it WineSkin because they use this wrapper symbology. This is why they call it a wrapper. It's wrapped inside a skin. The skin is the wine technology. In Linux they call it bottles, wine bottles. Here they call it skin and wrappers. So the executable file which is used in Windows to start is not uninstall.exe but steam.exe. Make sure this is correct. It lists every exe files, but this is what will start the actual program, of course. So make sure this is correct. Hit OK. Quit. Now you have Steam Windows app, and if you start it, it will launch the Steam version of Windows. So you will receive your confirmation and it will log you into Steam. Now always remember, this is the Windows Steam. You go into your library, find all of your... Well, now I'm using this Steam, this Windows version of Steam, to download this game. And as you can see, this is my wrapper app with my icon. It would else show this icon. Show package content. Inside this virtual drive C, program files, Steam, Steam apps, the Rise of Nations game and the Doodle God game. So now launching Doodle God from within Steam. Does here install the necessary software inside. And runs the game.
From air to the world, what if I God began creation?
and runs like a native Mac app. Now this Steam window here has of course the title WineSkin window. You can put this in the background so it gets out of the way and you can focus on your game. Alright. It's working. Now closing this. And then you can go offline if you have your Steam games. Steam is only needed to execute the files. So, as you can see, I have used Steam to launch to install Doodle God, but I have also created a separate app for it by copying the Windows files directly into an own wrapper. So you can do this for all of your Steam games which reside inside the Steam. Here will all your downloaded games will be filled inside this, and you can use the WineSkin winery to create wrappers for all individual games. Many Windows executables as wrapped Mac apps. You will see they all have this generic icon. Now this can be changed very easily. Here is also the icon shown, and if you click the icon you see this border. When you click it, it's a very easy trick. All you need, search for the picture you want, make a screenshot or save it. Hold the picture, make sure this is active and go to paste in. Here is your new icon. Copy, it's all copy and paste. So here is your new app with your new icon.